Okay, by the end of this video, this is you. Here we go, watch this. Alright, so look at this first chart. This is must-know number 1. Now, this is a G major open chord. All the information on the top left of every chart, which is linked beautifully in a nice little ebook I made for you. So it's very consistent. Okay, we'll go over that in just a minute. This is a G open chord. So a lot of beginners, what they do is they learn their open chords. They never learn how to be musical or how to connect them to other areas on the guitar. And that's what we're going to do today. That's what I just did. So look, G, B, open D and G, and then I play this D here and G. So that is a G major open chord. Now, I want you to kind of put in your brain right now, you see how there's 3 Gs, 2 Ds, and 1 D in this chord, okay? Those are target notes that are really important that connect to this lesson, okay? So there is your open chord for G. Again, you guys know this. Now I want you to do this too. Rhythm is king always, so you always have to stay rhythmic in everything you do. If you fall apart, just start over, regroup, and get back. I'm gonna show you some tips for that. Let's go to the next chart. Whoop. Don't need to spin long. Now, this is a C major open chord. I was feeling the purple vibes today. So C, E, G, C, and E. Red circles around the open strings, play those. X over the strings we don't want, so no low E. Now, I'll point out really fast, on the top left of the chart, remember how I told you like target notes, okay? Because in a minute, this is where the real magic happens. I'm gonna introduce you to 2 triads, G and C. So they go with these open chords. This is all gonna connect. We have to think like a songwriter. All right, now again, 2 Cs, right? You got an E, 2 Es, and you got a G right here. Here we go. Let's go to where the fun part happens. So this is must-know number 2. Right here, you must know the G major triad. This is a must-know shape. What is a triad, you ask? A triad is a 3-note version of the G chord. So it's the stripped-down version, okay? We'll talk at the very end. We'll bookend this with actually how you build it and where it comes from. I just want you to have all this, even if it goes over your head, because music is all about repetition. Repetition. We don't stop. We keep going. So G, B, D, okay? Now again, you notice how I have an X, a red X on E and A, and the high E. We don't want a full version. We don't want all the multiple Gs, the 2 Ds, and the B and the 4. We want this stripped down, clean version, okay? Now here's a real world example of why. Let's say you're sitting in this room with me. I'm playing my acoustic. I'm playing the open G chord, okay? I'm covering that. You don't want to play the same exact voicing as me. That's just going to muddy up the sound. You want to lean it out, right? So you want to play this triad right here. So maybe while I'm going like, you're going, you're arpeggiating it, okay? Real quick, this is fun. You can get this. I've seen some of my beginners start to get it. The thumb over the E and A strings, because you see how there's red X's. We don't want to play those, right? So we don't want to play those. So what I do is, that's actually muting out those strings, okay? You've got to start wrapping your mind around that this is a percussion instrument. This is a drum set. Like, that's a drum set I'm learning to play, okay? Meaning, I hit the strings. The only notes I want to sound out are what? G, B, D, okay? That triad. And you see on the top left, G triad. We're in the key of G major, the Roman numeral 1, the 1 chord. G, B, D. Now there's 11 different shapes of this G major triad all over the neck. I'll link a playlist at the end that will teach you. I made a chart for everyone. Okay, so practice this. Here's something you can do really quick. G open to G triad. G open to G triad. Again, get the ebook linked below. Every chart you see in here, I put into a beautiful little book. All right. So you can do this too. Sometimes when I see people struggling, I just say roll back, take the rhythm hand out, but still be rhythmic. Go from the open chord to the triad. You got to build up that muscle memory. Okay, let's go to must know number 3. Unless I already said that, I don't think I did. This is the C major triad. Now, first thing you got to go is ding, ding, ding. That's not what a light bulb sounds like, but you know what I mean. This is a 1-3-5 triad for C major, and now we're on the G, B, high E string set. Again, think of like when I refer to the word string set, it's using the open strings as like a folder to organize triads. If you watch my triads playlist, I link at the end, you'll get all this. So C, E, G. And there's the C triad, the 4 chord, Roman numeral 4. That is C, E, G. Boom, boom, boom. Now what could we do for this? Same thing. We could go from the C open chord to the C triad. Okay, same thing. Just start without your rhythm hand in there. Get used to landing that shape. I love this one. I use this triad shape all the time. Okay. When I say shape too, I want you to understand, you see how this is a shape. Look, 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the G string. My 4th finger on the 5th fret on the B string. My 1st finger on the high E on the 3rd fret. So it's a shape. Now our root note C is right there. It's called a 1-3-5 triad. Again, if that went right over your head, trust me, stick around here and it won't. Okay, so open chord triad, open chord triad, open chord triad. Now the hardest part of playing this triad is if you're strumming with a wider attack, is you don't want the E, A, and D strings in there. Why? Because we only want the triad. We want to emphasize this. So a lot of times I hit that on the upstring. So you could just practice a little thing like this. If you go, just go down, just go, tighten up your rhythm hands range like this. Okay, open chord, triad. If you want to hang on the open chord for more than like half of a measure, you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I switched back and forth. Okay, let's go to part number 4. This is how we connect them, okay? So number 1 must know the open chords, okay? Understanding how to be musical with them. Number 2 and 3, the G major triad, the C major triad on the different string sets. Okay, now right now, I'll go ahead and get rid of the charts. We'll bookend it with another chart in just a minute. We are going to now think like a musician. You're gonna think like a songwriter, a creator. We're gonna take our open chords and our triads, just 2, right? G major, C major, open chords, G triad, C triad. Now we're gonna make some music, for example. And this is just an idea for you to try. You be you. I know you can do it. So G, triad, C open, C triad. Again. Okay, so you see that? So you could just practice going from the open chord to the triads. So every time you learn a new open chord, or the chords you already know, the open chords, see if you can find the corresponding triad. Now there's a bunch of them, so just find the 1-3-5 triad. Even use the same string sets I'm using here, and I know you can do it. All of this is gonna connect. It's just repetition over and over and over, and then it gets so fun when you start learning it. All right, so here's the last chart. This is a G major scale. We're gonna bookend this whole thing with this, and this is where you're headed, okay? So on the E, A, D strings, we have the G major scale. It's on the top left of this chart. So if you notice, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, okay? We're gonna take our open chords, our G open chord, our G triad, our C open chord, and our C triad with our G major scale, and now we're gonna create music. What I want you to realize is you see how right below this on the top left, it says the triad is GBD. Remember when I said 1-3-5? It's okay if you don't remember this, but let me just put it out there. If I look at the scale as numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 to 8, that's just G to G, okay? I always like to bookend it with where we start. The first note is G, don't want the second note, we want the third note for the triad, so that's B, G, B, and then 4, we want the fifth note, G, B, D. So you really want to memorize your triads. So what could we do right here, musical? Let's just do something musical with part of this scale, G, B, D, and then G, B, D here, triad. If I go, triad, G, see that? G, B, D, This is where it gets really fun, and you start to have a ton of fun on the guitar, and then the people that have left this video already, they'll never make it. Sorry people that have left, but it's true. All right. Now, what can we do to bookend this? Let's go ahead and play our open chords to our triads and see if we can do a little lick or a little melodic run in the scale. Now, is this easy? No, but this is where you're headed. This is where you start moving into I don't know, you could call this even mid to high intermediate. So watch this. But if you know this, you can do it. Again, to the triad, to the open chord, to the triad, to the scale. I'm just improvising there. And here's the thing. Try stuff. Don't be conservative on guitar. Fall down, fall apart, then regroup, reflect, do these little exercises, okay? Move around without even your strumming hand between the open chord to the triads. Get really fluid. Always, rhythm is king, always. Because you see, I'm hitting a lot of these on the upstroke. Try different rhythms, okay? Try maybe just this G major triad right here on the DGB string set. Okay, go back and forth between the G triad to the C. Okay, little things like that. All right. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Grab the ebook linked below. Let's spread this video as far and wide as we can. You guys know what buttons to hit. Oh yeah, I finally bought one of my own shirts. They're actually really nice. So got some merch linked below, memberships, all that, all that jazz. You guys have an amazing holiday. If you're watching this at a later date, have an amazing day. And just keep going. Only you can stop you. You will not stop. Again, grab the ebook. Open chord to triads. Throw in that major scale and you're off and running. Nothing can stop you. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.